5, 16, 19, 21, 33, and 10. Check results. You remember?
It's raining right now, but yeah, it's been so warm recently. No, not outside. I remember recently. This is 200 and something. Uh, 220 maybe. We're at that now. But yeah, what I was gonna say is it. I remember complaining about how people always go about, oh, England only gets 2 weeks of summer, only gets 2 weeks of heat, and that's at a push. Oh, everyone wants to go on holiday here and there because we only get 2 weeks of summer, and it's just not true. It's just a myth people say. Like realistically, you get some good weather between the months of. Sometimes between May and August you're getting pretty good weather in terms of actual heat, like 30 and upwards. Sure, between like June and August. And last year it was actually like that. Year before that and this year, genuinely it actually was just hot for like a week and a half, and it's literally been raining for like over a month non-stop, and it's meant to probably be the driest months of the year. It has been raining non-stop. It's raining right now since like mid-June, and now we're in August, and it's like we got August left, and then it's kind of September, and you're basically in the autumn time again. So, yeah, and I'm not even. I don't even know if I want heat. Do I want it to be hot? I guess I just want variation because I know at some point it will be winter, and you'll kind of be, missing those days and it's sort of sunny and nice. I'm actually sitting here talking about weather. What is renowned to be one of the most boring bits of chat, and I'm thinking it's good for this, which is, mental. Oh, that's the dog. Go on then. Let's get the dog in. Let's get the dog in, because if I don't, who will? Can you get quickly? Trying to run a ship. No, a tight ship around here, and the thing is, when I walked in and I shut my door, I knew there was a good chance that this dog would come running, and I was just kind of hoping it wouldn't, but mainly because it interrupted this. And here it is. That's right. It. No he or him. I mean, so that's the same thing. No he or her. That's what you get when you interrupt the pod. Anyway, what was I going? Oh yeah, weather talk. It's bad. That really threw me off my flow. Angus Cloud. R.I.P. man. That's a. I'm not sure how and which. If you don't know, by the who Angus Cloud is, Fez Euphoria. If you've seen that, sort of one of the most likable characters in that show. I don't know if it was sort of nothing to go off. If it was like they lead the family put out like a statement about how he lost his father and like a week or two ago, and he was not dealing with that great, and that he was struggling in like a mental health battle, so that could be suicide, but whether that's like intentional or not intentional. I mean, suicide is intentional, doesn't make sense, but like you could be like back in drugs or something because you're feeling a lot of pain and unintentionally like overdose in some kind of way or just whatever, or you could like intentionally do. I don't know. I'm not here to speculate, even though that's kind of what I just did. More just that like it's a shame, It's a shame when anyone dies, and I feel like a lot of people feel. It's weird because I don't really naturally. I think it's normal, but feel anything massively for anyone I don't know when they die. That's never really happened to me. Where it's like, oh my god, for someone like a lot of people, like certain rappers, whatever, who they've listened to their whole lives, but I've never really had that, and like a lot of people would maybe like arguably feel it more for like a big celebrity who like they their whole life they've been alive, like they've been around at the top of the game, and they die, and it's like, what? I've only ever known a world when they've been at the top of the shit, just on every billboard or every another dead. There was but like I feel like it's almost more sad when there was someone who, younger, naturally, obviously that's usually the case because it's like you have so much more life to live still, and it's like you promised great things, or like you kind of had this like breakout role, and it's like you became this likable guy, and like he's just this sort of interesting character because he's very similar, like his sort of body language and the way he talks and stuff to Fez. Like he's this very much a unique person, right? And it's like there's a lot of things. It's more like not knowing is kind of worse than seeing that someone live out the whole career. And yeah, if they lived a great career or a great life, and even if they didn't, it's sad that it's done now, but it happened. Whereas that's something that we don't know, You know, like, what's the film called? Boys in the Hood. I don't remember because I watched this. I barely watched it. I was like half watching it because someone else I know probably had it on. And I was just on the sofa on a DS or something. But I remember it well enough, and it's like I saw a thing on Twitter, like yesterday or the day before, maybe it was today. I don't. They all blend into one. Um, and it was like 4 different deaths, and I only recognized like 2 of them death scenes in movies. And I was like, which death hit you the hardest? And out of the 4, it was the one, I believe the film was Boys in the Hood, of the guy who wants to be like an NFL player or an NBA. Is it NBA or NFL? I want to say NFL, American football, innit? And like, he's just trying to get out the hood or whatever. He's trying to get out his ends, and he's like fighting to get into this school, from what I remember. And then he gets in and stuff, and then it's like, is his name Richie? I don't remember. And then like, it's like they give you this nugget, like, oh my god, he's gonna do it, and this and that, and there's so much promise, and like he's really talented and whatever. And then like the car pulls up, and then it's all slow motion. The window pulls down, and then like fucking, it's the guns out the side of the car. And then he just has to turn and sprint as fast as he can. And he's like an athletic guy. He's going to play NFL, like he's going to for like college for it or whatever. But you can't outrun bullets, And it's just like, oh, I just remember that. That was like the first time maybe, because I was probably quite young, not like crazy young, still a teenager, probably a young teenager, maybe not, but watching it and being like, oh, I don't like that. Like watching a film would be like, because up until that point, films are just entertainment things. They're just like things that are either making you laugh or just entertaining you, passing the time. And it's just it's just Mickey Mouse telling you how to count or whatever. And then this is the first time I was like, well, I don't like that you've shown me that. Actually, that makes me feel. It was almost like a horror movie. Like I wanted to like look away. It was like, I just didn't like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I think I'm just relating that to this. It's like, these things are a shame, and like if you look at it from like an art perspective, which is not what anyone wants to do, but it's just the logistics or truth of these things. If you look at Euphoria, I mean, what's his name? Sam Levinson, right? Off the back of his, fucking hated television show The Idol, which apparently was donkey do, season 2, I preferred it, but a lot of people didn't. You've now lost, like, titular character, like, not the heart of the show. I think Zendaya is sort of the heart of the show, the backbone of the show, the core of the show, everything of the show, but like a real core piece, a real core gear, and a heart in its own way, a secondary heart. It's kind of just like, what the fuck, like, it would be a real struggle for them to make a season 3 now, and everything would have been delayed as well, probably because there's like writer strikes and stuff, and then like whenever season 3, if you're making it does come out, it will come out so much later than whenever season 2 came out, and it's like, it kind of feels like it's got so much stuff going against it. It's like, do they bother? I know you want to end it and it feels like the story's important, but it's like, an important character is no longer around. I know you could use a season to like, make a cool tribute in a way or whatever, if that, but it just feels like if there's a good chance it won't even be good. Because if the season was amazing, a tribute feels worth it and it feels like poignant and nice. But if like it's bad and too extreme and the whole show seems too gratuitous and like Sam Levinson's just keeps being a villain in his directing or whatever, and it's just a bit crazy. It's like, how much is a tribute going to mean something if it's just like 17 characters all shirtless like for 90% of their runtime, and it's just like no storyline, it's just nipples everywhere, and then at the end it fades to black and it's just in memory of Angus. It's not going to like feel like anything. So I'm 80% sure I'll keep making the show, because this is Hollywood. That's just how it is. The world keeps turning, but it's just a lot of things going bad for it right now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Talking on TV shows though, Loki season 2 trailer dropped yesterday or today. Again, not the day before. I don't even know. Looks decent. It's the only Marvel TV show that they have that actually has something about it. And to be fair, season 1, I'm not like in awe of it. I'm not thinking it's like the best thing on Phase 4 like some people do. Some people will rank it as one of the best things Marvel's ever made. I really disagree with that. I like the first 3 episodes. I kind of like it before Sylvie gets involved. I like it really just as a core thing with Loki and Mobius. Nothing against Sylvie. It's not like she's the actress is doing a bad job or anything, but it's just like I didn't need this. I didn't need the show to have a love story plotline basically. It's just not something I like. It's not it's not I have something against that in most shows. It's just in the show I don't need it. I really was like craving it. But she is like in the trailer for this one, but it does seem a lot of the scenes are like those two together, which I like. But yeah, I do think like I still wish all the way through enjoyed it enough, but the finale I didn't love Jonathan Majors as much as everyone else. I feel like he's doing like a big old hammy performance. He's hamming it up. I don't know if I'm all the way in on it. That version of it. I didn't also like his more serious version. I feel intimidated by the one in Ant-Man. So hopefully they find like a cool medium in whatever they go forward with in the future. But it looks cool. The aesthetic's really cool. Like Ki Hoi Kwan's in it. He's great. You know, he just fits the vibe perfectly with this kind of thing. It's got like a great aesthetic, great like soundtrack to it. It's got like things that kind of feel iconic about it already, which is more than you could say for some of the other shows that just feel so bland and like nothingness MCU. Like in terms of the TV shows they make, like, I didn't like WandaVision enough, but at least it's something really out there, different, that's own lane. I just don't think if they are going to make shows, they need to be making shows like realistically Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, Echo, Agatha Harkness. Like I don't think that I feel like Loki, WandaVision are the only two you could say like these are just wacko weirdo things that let's make those and let's make them really well and give them their own real like footprint stamp stylistic style to it. Because Loki has that, man, it really does. So yeah. Anyway, that's all. I just a couple. There wasn't really much to go go over. Just had to get it done. This was 2 something. 18. I don't fucking know. See you in 2 something else.
Here with the kids. And they had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. Like,